Welcome to MarketPod, your weekly pit stop for all things digital marketing. I'm Anoop, your friendly voice in the marketing maze. Join me as we chat about trends, untangle the web of new tech, and become masters of the marketing craft. We will crack the growth code together. Get ready for practical tips, inspiring stories, and real insights to boost your digital marketing journey. This is MarketPod, brought to you by Yearsound Digital. Let's dive in. As someone who loves creating checklists and activity trackers for strategy planning, I've stumbled upon a very crucial insight. So after going through countless extensive interviews across the globe and my first-hand experience with the hiring processes of hundreds of companies, it has become evident that the ideal marketing consultant demands way more than just a standard approach. And that's why I want you to take on a universal challenge today, which will be finding the perfect marketing consultant who boosts the success of your business. So this video or audio is tailored for the captains of the ships, the CEOs, founders, co-founders, even heads of marketing, product, sales, basically those leaders who understand the transformative power of marketing for their product and business. Before we kick off, a quick heads up, this will be a detailed video. So if you're pressed for time, whether you're watching this on YouTube or listening to it as a podcast, feel free to increase the playback speed to 1.5x or even 2x, as per your preference. Also, the entire checklist will be there in the description for your reference. So without further ado, let's get started. All right. 8 steps to find the best marketing consultant for your business, right? So step 1, identify why you need a marketing consultant. So imagine hiring a consultant just to improve your marketing efforts, but it's not clear whether they need to increase traffic or focus on improving the low conversion rates. After 1 year, you might see a 50% or even 100% traffic increase, but the conversions stay stagnant. If you're a small business, then in the short term, maybe it's good that you are increasing your top of the funnel. But if you're in your growth phase and you do not have a clear-cut goal, you could find that the consultant is focusing only on tofu and not the middle or the bottom of the funnel, right? And that is a serious recipe for disaster. So before you start looking for a marketing consultant, you need to solidify your why with this step 1 checklist. If I want to take a look at the checklist, number 1 will be identify the problems. It's as simple as that. So look for important metrics like low impressions, low click rates, session time, MQL conversion rates, or outdated strategies. And while conducting daily or weekly stand-ups with your team, figure out a few key parts of the funnel and set high priority challenges. Number 2, analyze possible solutions on your own. So before you start hunting for a marketing consultant, check if internal solutions are viable or if an outsider's expertise is the only missing piece. With this approach, external consultants, when they come on board, they can help you resolve your problems 30% faster. And number 3, document all the unsuccessful attempts. So as a business, you always try and test, right? Some things work out, and unfortunately, a lot of them don't. But as a leader, you must track what did and what did not work, and why. And if you do that, the consultant will have a clear idea of what not to do. And I'm stressing on what. And because that can improve the chances of your overall success by up to 40%. And I'm not saying this by myself. It's actually a study of 2020 hiring best practices by Harvard Business Review. So remember, knowing your why is the foundation for defining the right what. Okay, Now let's move on to step 2. You need to define clear goals and expectations. So setting a goal is like increase social media engagement. It may sound like a decent objective, but actually it's not. So how do you get over this ambiguity in goals and expectations? So number 1, you need to define the success, okay? Articulate what success looks like for your business after the consultant's intervention. So be specific, and you need to use quantifiable units. Set specific goals like 20,000 impressions per month on LinkedIn within 3 months, or increase website traffic by 25% in 6 months, or achieve 15% growth in qualified leads in like 1 year. So it should be SMART, meaning obviously SMART means specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals. Don't leave any room for confusion. So these goals do not have to be perfect, and obviously they may change in the later phase. The consultant, once he joins, he or she will obviously then check the feasibility of the goals and your overall expectations. To achieve the targets, we may actually need to direct existing resources somewhere, or start new activities, or change some old operations, or maybe train the team, or hire more people. Whatever the case may be, this approach can be optimizing by crunching a few numbers and then developing a strategy and a plan for it. And yes, both of them are very different things. Let me know in the comments if you would like me to create a separate video explaining the difference in detail. But trust me, marketing consultants like us, we really appreciate it if you could set a basic goal beforehand. Because any initiative or nothing or anything at all, in fact, anything at all is way better than a clean slate, right? Number 2, set processes for retrospection. So when you have a clarity of the overarching goal and your vision for marketing, make sure that you have a process in place. A process that is focused solely on taking a look back to see what you were actually striving for. This is the retrospective discussion or meeting. And it can be as simple as like answering 3 questions, right? The questions will be: what went right? What went wrong? What can be done better? Easy, right? And you can do this periodically throughout the consultant's tenure, which will increase your project success by up to 40%. Source is Project Management Institute. So this study was 2023. I've written it down. That's the Pulse of the Profession report. So yeah, you can take a look at that and read that study. Plus I've tried this personally with a lot of clients, right? And I can assure you that this approach is great for all sorts of consultation contracts, be it hourly consultations, project-based, monthly retainers, quarterly, whatever. So by the end of these meetings, all the stakeholders, right from the shareholders to senior management and even the consultant, all of them are aligned towards a common goal. And when you lay everything out on a board, these discussions actually lead to some really productive changes in broader strategies or even minuscule plans. So because of these, you can keep up with the trend, or I've done this recently with a lot of new tools, that you can actually stay ahead of the curve. Now, once you know your why and what, it's time to find the right who. So moving on to step number 3, craft an ideal candidate profile for selecting the consultant. So imagine attracting applicants who just don't match your business needs. It's like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, right? It doesn't work, period. So there's a method to this. Imagine crafting a persona just like you do for your marketing efforts, but this time it's to find that consultant. So in this step, we'll create a tailored profile to attract the perfect fit. So how to do that? Here's the checklist. Number one, research the consultant's specialities. So if you already have a well-defined marketing team, it'll be much easier. But if not, then do your research if you want a better result. You also have the option to check with third-party talent managers and HRO service providers to create a matching candidate profile for your exact marketing problems. So the thing is, don't settle for generic. Please don't. Checklist number 2, do not underestimate culture fit. So apart from all those shiny technical skills and past accolades that we love to show off, personal characteristics make a huge difference. Companies with consultants fitting well culturally experience somewhere around a 30% higher satisfaction rate. So while you create your persona, all these things need to be documented as in written down while you're going for your ideal consultant, especially if you're expecting the consultant to be working alongside your core team, which I do a lot. That's why I know. So consider the characteristics that align with your organizational values and working style. Step number 4, make a realistic budget. Underestimating the cost of hiring a marketing consultant can result in 2 nightmares. Either you'll be compromising on the quality or you'll be exceeding your budget. So imagine allocating a budget that is XYZ% below the market rate, and then you end up with someone who lacks the necessary skills, or you can find a top-of-the-shelf consultant, but it'll drain your cash flow like anything. So both scenarios are terrible to say the least for you, all right? So let's dive deep on this budgeting checklist. So number 1, understand market rates and dynamics. So understand the average rates for marketing consultants in your region and your industry, because deviating more than 15% from market rates can lead to dissatisfaction for the consultant. You won't want to spend tens of hours hiring one marketing consultant and then find out that he or she is working half-heartedly because of the pricing negotiations, right? On the other hand, if you pay way too much, it will leave you always second guessing your choice, especially at the time when you need to focus on the work. You'll always think, hey, based on the money that I have invested, am I getting enough back or not? So just make sure that it is according to your company's budget. Okay. Number 2, assess the consultant's ROI for your business, as I was saying. So a study by PwC, it revealed that every dollar invested in a high-quality consultant results in a $2.5 increase in revenue. That's humongous. So on paper, and even researchers across the globe are in favor of hiring top talent. That's easy to say. But realistically, if you want to make the best out of your hire, make sure that you consider where your business finances stand and how the potential consultant's expertise and experience can get you the potential return on investment. Check with your accounts or finance teams if the allocated budget fits seamlessly into your overall financial strategy. I can't stress this enough, especially for bootstrapped companies, because if things don't work out due to any unforeseen factors, it would be best to have a comparatively soft cushion. I mean, it won't hurt that much. I know I'm not making a favorable case as a marketing consultant myself right now, but truthfully, I'm a big advocate of having a healthy cash reserve or at least an emergency fund just in case things blow off. So until unless you are a go big or go home kind of a person, so just make sure that you do that. So by setting realistic budgets, you don't only ensure a smooth journey, but put risk management in place. You can then allow yourself and the team to focus on things that really matter, like achieving results with the right approach. I love the word approach, by the way. And Now, if we're already past the money matters, let's move on to the next phase of hiring preparations. So step number 5 will be JD. So write an attractive job description. Now, having crafted an ideal persona, you envision working closely with the... Okay, consider this. If you post a vague, generic job description, be prepared to attract a barrage of unqualified applicants. So this step number 5 is, or it'll be all about crafting a clear and enticing JD or job description that hooks you the right fish. Number 1, write a clear title, job title, and job description. So JDs with a detailed list of required skills, both technical as well as non-technical, educational qualifications, if you're into that stuff, experience, and job responsibilities. You can receive 40 to 45% more qualified applicants through this, just through this. Okay. Number 2, you need to behave like a PR guy for your company when you're preparing that. So showcasing like your company culture, unique perks, and some things that make you who you are and why should people join you. It can get you 20% more applications from highly qualified candidates. And this is coming from LinkedIn Talent Solutions. This was their 2023 hiring trends report, and you can take a look at that. That's an amazing report. So I'll make sure that all these links are there in the description. You can, if you want, you can just go there and then take a look at those reports yourself. Use this tactic, the one that I was talking about, to let the top talent know what makes your company stand out. And it actually, what it does is, it creates a sort of FOMO psychology and makes consultants like us feel like maybe we'll be missing out the boat if we don't apply. So yeah, and especially when I'm getting a notification on LinkedIn, then I'll at least read it. And if there are some perks, well, I am applying for it for sure. Okay, number 3, join hands with the algorithm. So no matter how good your job post is, if it is not showing at the top of the searches, or if LinkedIn doesn't show that a good consultant who is subscribed to LinkedIn Premium is a top applicant for that job, your competitors are going to steal that talent. And almost every company that I've worked with, not every single one of them, but majority, I would say, majority of them have a competitor clause. So it's very important that you do your algorithm and optimization correctly, because if that one person is gone, it's going to be tough to get that sort of person back, because obviously he can't work with you when he's working with your competitor. So include relevant keywords strategically that marketing consultants might use in their searches, and those that could be part of their skills. Like for inbound marketing, you can add technical skills like inbound marketing strategy, content marketing, social media marketing, email marketing, SEO, data analytics, lead generation, CRM, MarTech optimization, or something like that. And as part of soft skills, you can add things like creativity, communication, collaboration, and any others that you like. So just make sure that you do the optimization. Number 4, so prepare screening questions. Make sure that during the JD preparation, you put quantitative screening questions that you can use as filters to improve the shortlisting process. Although job portals give both options, numerical sentences, paragraphs, but I would strongly suggest asking only those questions, the answer to which can be fetched automatically from the applicant's profile, like experience in a specific tool or skill, or at max 1 or 2 word questions. That's it. Because asking long form questions not just may, but it will result in a lot of drop off. And these questions can have even drop down options like what is your HubSpot CRM proficiency? And you can put the options like beginner, advanced, expert. You get the idea. Number 5, automate. Setting up a robust hiring workflow is one of the best practices for a streamlined talent management. For example, LinkedIn hiring integrations allow you to connect applicant tracking system, ATAS, and CRM tools. This will allow you to manage your applicants, and you can create a scoring system or a scoring logic that can calculate and rate the applicant on your behalf. And it can be based on your predefined criteria. So ATS like greenhouse captures and it kind of manages also your applicant data, while HubSpot, it ensures a centralized database for ongoing candidate relationship management. Automated communication applications like these things that you receive through LinkedIn and within Greenhouse, interview coordination and team collaboration, all of them can be streamlined, and they can actually help you to go through the assessment process easily. So this integrated approach can benefit hiring managers, and because it will offer them a very centralized platform. Obviously, the hiring will be the entire hiring process, like assessment, communication, and overall 360-degree or bird's view, you can say, of the candidate's interaction through the entire recruitment journey can be seen. So you will kind of create a CRM, but for your talent. And you can apply this when you're hiring in-house team members as well. I mean, it's a great idea and it's a great thing to do. Not just idea, a lot of people are using it. So I know that some skeptics would say, hey, there are too many applicants out there and I will obviously very easily find the right candidate anyway without using any of these tools. So that my answer will be, okay, it'll be very simple. Please take a look at the topic of the video. It is how to find the best marketing consultant for your business, not any marketing consultant. Okay, so I hope that will give the answer. So let's move on to the next step. Step number 6. It will be conducting the interview. So approaching interviews without preparation is the biggest turnoff for me. What it can do is, and I'm talking from the interviewer perspective, it can lead to like costly misalignments. Potentially, it can result in seriously mismatched consultant. So such a mistake, it will not only consume your time, your money, but on a bigger scale, it will hinder the entire growth of your business. So to avoid these pitfalls, let's talk about the structured interviews and how to do that. So number 1, when you get the applications, so step number 1 will be use AI as a resume parser or screener. Okay, while I'm personally not a big fan of resume parsers and AI screeners, AI screening, there are plenty of tools available if you wish to explore them. And if you're getting CVs on scale or in bulk, while AI brings efficiency, standardization, and reduced bias to the table, it's worth noting the subjective nature of this technology as well. There are other technical challenges as well that cannot be overlooked. Like there are a lot of people who create their resumes and CVs with complex and non-standard formatting. Some AIs, like those AI parsers, are just not there yet when it comes to understanding the context of some skills or experience. And this can and it does lead to a lot of misinterpretation of the candidate's qualification. So like I use Novo Resume as a tool to create my CV. And I'm 100% sure that whichever company is using AI resume parser, I'm not getting selected for sure, because I have tried it myself, and it just doesn't work out for CVs like me. And just don't get me started about the skills misinterpretation and those. I use large language. I use the overall AI tools a lot, and the LLM, the large language model's hallucination issue is uh, is just all over the place at this point in time. So personally, I think I will keep myself on hold with the AI screeners till the actual AGI is here. But the point is, our structured screening process, be it AI driven or human driven, must contain questions based on your requirements as well as the candidate's skills, experiences, expectations, so all of that, right? And for now, at least, I think the power of human intuition in talent acquisition is going to be considerable factor. It's going to play a major role, a big role during screening and further rounds. So, but yeah, you can take a look for sure. Okay. Checklist number 2 in this, communicate your goals very clearly. Okay. So while interviewing, you have to ensure that potential consultants, they understand your expectations and there are no misunderstandings from the get-go. So while I can't speak for every consultant, statistically, we consultants, we are amazing at confirming whether your expectations align with our abilities and our experience, be it high or even low. And if you do it right, if you communicate what you need from us, we are looking at a staggering 35% reduction in misunderstandings in the future when we are working together. Again, this is an HBR stat. Okay, checklist number 3 in this, structure the technical round properly. So after the screening, the technical round is there for you to focus on assessing the candidate's skills, the knowledge, culture fit, project alignment. At this point, you just cannot afford to settle for generic responses. So present case studies or hypothetical scenarios, and please cross question as much as you can, and consider it a green flag if you're not getting questions from the other side of the table. Or so I completely said it wrong. Consider it a green flag if you're getting questions. Okay. Our detailed questions, the detailed questions that you can be asking. Okay, let me give you an example. So, okay, here it goes. Our organic website conversion rate on the main product page of abc.com is currently at 3%. Got it? So you have told them the website conversion rate is 3%, and then you'll say we have seen that average session on those pages is 30 seconds. Then maybe you can share your screen and show, here is how we have included CTAs on our page. These are the current placement of all our relevant forms. These are the exit intent pop-ups that we have. Here are the automated chatbot interactions that we have put in place. Now, considering this, what will be the first few things you will check, or the activities that you as a consultant will focus on if our objective is to increase the conversion rate from 3% to 5% in the next 3 months? So if I'm on the other side of the table, and if I have done, which I generally do, my homework before the technical round about your business, then the pinpointed questions, the one just right like we asked, they will help you explore their approach to real life problems, their communication skills, their seriousness for the role, the tools that they use, and their proficiency in them. their overall past experience and what it tells them and what it tells you, what they have done. And whatever is there on their CV, they can easily this, showcase, in fact, all the numbers that they claim in detail while answering to your specific case study. Now, that is something that you need to do. All right. Checklist number 4. Make sure to check ethical and professional standards. So this is my personal recommendation. So in their previous role, there is a chance about that this marketing consultant that you are interviewing, they may have been exposed to sensitive information. And we do all the time, right? These information could be specific projects, strategies, proprietary processes. So just make sure that these inquiries, whatever you ask about them during the interviews, they are, if you can ask them, but if they denied answering, please respect those boundaries of and confidentiality, and you can be rest assured that they will do the same for you in the future. And that is how you need to conduct interviews. And one bonus tip from my side, please do not have 300 rounds of interviews. Okay, just please don't. Okay. Step number 7. Check references. So you have a finalized marketing consultant, but there is one thing that is left, the last thing. Okay, as I said. So we have limited time for interviews, and just imagine skipping the reference check and then later on discovering that the consultant's weaknesses that may have been left out during the interviews are very important. The chances are very slim, very slim of that happening if you are very thorough with the technical round, but they're not zero. And that's why this step is another important part to ensure a smooth sailing, right? And how can you do that? So number one checklist in this step. So first of all, just ask the references from your candidate. Just don't hesitate to ask the candidate for references. And when you contact them, the references, just ask them about the consultant's past performance. Focus on asking about their strength, weaknesses, and communication style. So that can give you a lot of insight about what and how this consultant was perceived in their previous role, and that will give you a lot of edge when during the negotiation part of time as well. Number 2 will be assess the feedback that you get from those people, from the references, both quantitatively and qualitatively. So it's very normal to hear great things from the references and to get tons of positive reviews, but you need to ensure that while you're assessing, you do not fall into the trap of confirmation bias. So a confirmation bias, or you can maybe personal bias. So what you need to do is closely look for patterns or red flags in the feedback you get. And one thing that I always advocate for is have a second pair of eyes, look at the same responses that were received by you or from the references or even during the interview, and then have a discussion. This activity, it will clarify your deep underlying concerns, and more importantly, it will in fact solidify your choice, and you can be more confident with the choice of marketing consultant that you picked up. Number 3, keep records. We don't always make great choices. At the same time, we make some that we are really proud of. So you must document what you learned during the entire process and what were the defining factors for your decision. This valuable information can guide future hiring decisions, and if done multiple times, it can work as a framework for your team to whom you may delegate this work in the future, right? Now, that all is said and done, it's time to make it official. So step number 8, finalize the contract. Both you and the marketing consultant are syncing with one another on almost everything you have discussed. But just imagine signing a contract without thoroughly aligning on its terms and facing disagreements and disputes later. The devil is in the details. And this step is about securing a smooth partnership and making it official the right way. So, number one, checklist: review the contract terms in detail. So, marketing is results driven. So, your contract should clearly outline the deliverables and milestones. Whether it's a content calendar, ad campaign launch, or SEO improvements, each milestone should have a measurable impact on your marketing goals. This clarity sets expectations and allows for better accountability. The communication obviously will be a two-way street. So thoroughly discuss and negotiate any terms or clauses that either you or the consultant are not comfortable with, and ensure that both parties are aligned end to end with the entire agreement. The capabilities of the marketing consultant, they must align with your business objectives and resonate with the target audience that you want to tap into. And this contract should explicitly outline the agreed upon, both between you and the consultant, all the tactics, marketing tactics or strategies or plans that you're going to use, the marketing channels and KPIs. So ensure that the scope of work, deliverables, payment terms, and any other important detail are clearly defined in the contract, because leaving things ambiguous at all, in the long term, it will lead to conflict. So be very specific and be very transparent in the contract, and just sort things out. It's very easy to do it before you start. Checklist number 2: incorporate flexibility for adaptations. So marketing is a landscape that changes all the time. So the contract that you draw, just make sure that it has some provisions for adapting strategies based on the changes, the competitor actions, or some unforeseen circumstances. So this flexibility, it ensures that the consultant who joins has enough area to pivot when required, and it will keep your campaigns in an agile and effective manner. So right from the get-go, just make sure that you put these things into the fine print. Number 3, maybe include a trial period. So some companies offer a trial period to assess a fit and performance before committing to a long-term contract. So like personally, I also like to do this with the clients and see if we are a good match for one another. So like, for instance, during a 1-month trial period, a digital marketing consultant might offer like a strategy audit or personalized recommendations for improving the online visibility and access to your proprietary analytics dashboard. So you can ask for periodic check-ins and detailed performance reports to assess his impact, and then have a relationship, build up that relationship. This trial, it will allow you to experience the consultant's abilities and capabilities firsthand, and it will also minimize the risk that will be coming in the future. And but the most likely case is both you and the consultant, they can commit for a long-term engagement after this if you go through this channel. And 4th checklist in this will be: have your legal team review the contract, for God's sake. Seriously, just clearly define the ownership of creative assets like campaigns and any marketing collateral produced during the engagement. Apart from intellectual property ownership, all the IPs and confidentiality clauses, non-compete during the engagement, whatever it is. So while legal expertise is very important, consider engaging professionals or being talking to professionals with experience in marketing related contracts, because they can provide nuanced insights into that industry standards, and it will ensure that your contract is not just legally sound, but it is customized to the specificities of marketing consulting. Because to be very frank, professional marketing consultants like us, we are already doing that. So I think you should too. And yeah, there you have it, guys. Our comprehensive checklist for finding the perfect marketing consultant for your business. Let's quickly recap all the steps. So step number 1, identify why you need a marketing consultant. Step number 2, define clear goals and expectations from your consultant. Step number 3, craft an ideal candidate profile for your consultant's selection. Step number 4, make a realistic budget. Step number 5, write an attractive and effective job description. Number 6, conduct a thorough and well-defined interview process. Step number 7, vet the candidate and check with references. And step number 8, finalize a win-win contract. By following these 8 steps, you're not just hiring a consultant, you're investing in your future success. And I'm not taking a shot at any consultant out there. I'm sorry if you guys are, if there's any marketing consultant who's listening to this. But the truth is, and I think a lot of you guys will agree with me, it's like the right marketing consultant can propel a business. It'll boost the business like anything. On the other side, a bad one, it'll not just hold you back, it'll anchor you down to the depth. Okay, so just make sure that the business leaders, you guys choose wisely, and please try to follow this checklist. If you're looking for a more detailed version of this checklist, I'll make sure I have created a blog on it, and you can find the blog link in the description as well. For those interested in a free consultation, you can schedule it with me by blocking my calendar. I've provided both HubSpot and Calendly meeting links below. Why? Too? Because I love using HubSpot for some frustrating reason, on the date of recording this video at least, it still does not allow you to add multiple guests or team members while scheduling the meeting, and Calendly does that. So HubSpot, if you're listening to this, please make it happen. I don't think this is a feature that will take you a lot of time. All right. So that being said, thanks for your time, guys. If you found it helpful, please hit that like button and review it wherever you are. Please like, comment, subscribe, all the types. If you are on the hunt for the perfect marketing consultant and you have any questions, please leave a comment below. And if you've already found your consultant, I would love to know more about your experience. Thanks for tuning into MarketPod. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember, the journey doesn't end here. Stay connected for more trends, tech talk, and growth hacks. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, shoot us a message on our socials. This is Anup signing off. Till next time, stay curious, stay creative, and stay marketing savvy. Cheers.